deep down, Brixton is still really the same. The lifeblood of Brixton is still really the same.
It's when you come out of the tube station and smell the incense. It's when you walk past a Caribbean food shop and you're smelling the rice and peas and the patty. It's those things that make the identity of the people. These things are the backbone of what makes us, us. The things that are uncaptured is what makes us, us, and what we bring out in the research.
What is the future of this thing, right? Like, what, at its best, what does it have the potential to be? And who is responsible for making it that?
In a future, I guess I would like to see us really following communities down their own paths. Like really meaningfully, truly following them with like resources. Just saying, you know, you live it, you know what's best, so do it. And that would be the most radical vision of community action, participatory action research that I could imagine.
We see a problem and we move to find a solution to fix it. Because we're small, we can pivot. A lot of larger organizations, they have to go to committee for everything. They have to get funding, they have to do research, they have to do feasibility study and all that, right? Well, we just do and ask questions after. As a result, sometimes we find, hang on a second, we're doing this again without funding. Where's the money coming from? But if we're waiting for the money, we'd never get anything done.
When you talk about that ecosystem, it's also how people are interacting with, you know, they may not even be calling it research. What is happening out there in communities, how people are interacting with their health, how people are talking about health, where they're talking about it. That's research, and that's not always understood by those other system actors.
Some of our members have come from type 2 diabetes into the pre-diabetic range. Some have actually gone into remission or reversed their diabetes. One of our members, when they came, they were very rigid. They weren't having their health checks. They didn't understand type 2 diabetes in general. Now they swim, they're feeling better in themselves, and it's made a big impact in their life.
Those people that have had success go on to become like ambassadors of our program, and also each one teach one. So new people coming into the group will be asking questions, that person gets a chance to tell their story, and that success will be inspirational to other people. So, and that is how the 360 works, by inspiring others and inspiring people to teach.
It took a year working with community members to do, using participatory methods, to get them to determine what they thought were the big challenges around mental health. The intervention itself was then built from the bottom up. So rather than saying the council is doing this or this or this, it was actually saying, could a community be supported to build their own responses to the things that they think are the problem? All I did as an academic into that space was bring the financial resource, bring my name, which must have meant something to someone because they said we could have the money. And then just held those boundaries and held those corners. What I would love to see in the academy are academics who hold boundaries and hold corners for people to do the things that they feel will fix their challenges.
Evening, everyone. We are kicking off now. First of all, I'm going to hand over to my colleague Ella, who's just going to take you through proceedings for tonight. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Binky. My name's Ella Jones. I'm partner at the Brixton project. We launched There Are Many Alternatives last year with a series of talks to explore alternative ways of living and being, from sustainability and food to housing and cooperatives. Conversation with community began to surface how we might take collective action towards a more equitable, sustainable future.
I'm hearing something about people recognising the role that they play. So I guess we as a funder, we have resource, and the resource we have is money. We don't have the knowledge, we don't have the access to communities, and I think sometimes we need to step back and just acknowledge that. And maybe the role we can also play is to work with other funders to ensure that if we co-fund something, somebody else is going to co-fund it as well. And if we work with a local authority or an academic institution, what is their role? What is their contribution? And everybody plays a different role in ensuring that equity can be met and can be felt for the people who are most marginalised.
The idea of Tama, there are many alternatives. It's an antidote, it's the antithesis of the idea of Tina, there is no alternative, which we've been led to believe for so many decades. And what Tina does is it forecloses imagination. Tina tells us that there is no alternative to the current system. What there is all we're going to get is more of the same, perhaps tweaked in certain ways.
We don't have to keep on throwing stones at what exists already. How do we work towards a more thriving, real goal that in your heart you want, and so communities are coming to it and going, yeah, okay, I can get on board with that. So when you've got communities getting on board and you've got governments, policymakers, businesses, academics going, this also has credibility, then we've actually got the potential for systems change. And I know that sounds really grand, but if we're kind of looking at the same thing, you don't have to agree on how we get there, but we can all be playing our role towards it.
So staff need to be around the table alongside community researchers from the outset in our approach to look at the issue together, investigate the issue together, and also co-design solutions to it together. So that's how we're trying to build into the real mechanisms of this work, ways to tackle the inequalities in both the spaces of local government and research.
I think for me, I would love to see funders and the local authority and the churches give up more space for the community to use public buildings and spaces, that they don't have to be charged. They don't need funding to then hire a room or space. So for me, at the bottom rung of the ladder, yeah, that's like a minimum. Absolute minimum.
I've become interested in the potential for a place for this knowledge to sit within a community that is actually owned by a community. And does that change the potential around how communities are remunerated for it? So you would be paying for that inquiry or that knowledge in a very different way. And it also creates a sense of status or ownership. This is our story, and it's in this little bubble here.
It's our research, it's us.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be the ones who looks for change within our own space.
Absolutely, 100%.
And then when we find that change or we identify what is a possible solution for change, we cherish that more than the institutions. Because when they leave, they're gone. They're probably going to go into another community and do the same thing again, another one. So for us, it's what is our research? How do we hold it? How do we keep it? We have to be the champions of our own experiences.
The only way we can continue that is by us looking at what we have and what we know, because we are the experts of our own lives.